Day 210 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, we're back again another day, another LeetCode problem. This time we're at day 210, and you already know we're still going strong, and you already know we're not going to stop anytime soon. Why? Because we're staying disciplined and we're staying consistent, and we're going to keep going and keep pushing through. Even if you lose the motivation, y'all, just keep pushing through, keep staying consistent and disciplined until the motivation come back, y'all. That's half the battle. That's half of what this page or channel is all about, y'all. We want to encourage each other to keep going and not giving up until we achieve our programming goals, whatever they may be, y'all. We all can do it, and we're all here to work through it and work through these problems together until it happens. So before we get started today, if you need any new Apple AirPods, go ahead and check that link out in the description and go ahead and get you some, y'all. And then after you do that, don't forget, bring a mouse right over here and click that subscribe button for me, y'all. And then after you click that subscribe button, go ahead and smash that like button for me, y'all. And then after you smash that like button, I'm calling all of my bankers. I repeat, all of my bankers to the comment section right now. I need y'all to drop 2 bank emojis in the comment section so we can run up this engagement and push this content out to a broader audience, y'all. As Swift community members, it's up to us to help the community grow, and we have to let the world know that Swift is the new Python, y'all. Everybody needs to join the Swift community so we can help it grow and we could make it the best that it can be. Now, with all that being said, y'all, let's get into the question. And today we have question number 128, longest consecutive sequence. The difficulty level is medium, but don't worry, we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand, because I understand that we're all on different levels of the programming journey. So we want a solution that anybody will be able to understand no matter where you're at on your programming journey, y'all. So let's see what the question actually says. Excuse me. It says, given an unsorted array of integers nums, return the length of the longest consecutive element sequence. You must write an algorithm that runs in big O of n time. So let's see. It says example 1, nums equals an array of integers 100, 4, 200, 1, 3, and 2. The output is 4. Explanation says the longest consecutive element sequence is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Therefore, the length is 4. So let's break that down. We have this array of integers, and we want to find the longest consecutive sequence. Hence the title, longest consecutive sequence, right? So if we were to sort this array from smallest to greatest, then these numbers right here would be the longest consecutive sequence, right? It would go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the next number after that would be 100, but that's not a consecutive sequence because 100, there's 96 other numbers in front of between 4 and 100. So the 100 doesn't count, and same applies to the 200. It's not consecutive to any other number in here, whereas the 1, the 2, the 3, and the 4 are all consecutive if we were to sort them. And then, but that's not what we want to return. We want to return the count, right? So the count is 4 because after we sort them and that we get all of the consecutive sequence, there are 4 elements in the array, right? The count would be 4. So that is why the output is 4. So we just want to basically sort the numbers and count the longest consecutive sequence. Then let's look at example 2 where it's a little bit more numbers. The sequence is a little bit longer. So let's see. So in this example, we have nums equals an array of integers 0, 3, 7, 2, 5, 8, 4, 6, 0, and 1. So if we look, so there's 2 zeros right here. So we know we're not going to count 2 zeros in our consecutive sequence. We only need to count one of them. But with that being said, let's see how many that would come up to after we were to find what the consecutive sequence is, right? So we'd have a 0, then we'd have a 1, then we'd have a 2, then we'd have a 3, then we'd have a 4, then we'd have a 5, then we'd have a 6, then we'd have a 7, and then we'd have an 8. And if we add, or we count all of those elements starting from 0, that would be a count of 9, right? Because it'd be 1 through 8, and then the 0 would make it 9. So that's why the output is 9 in this example. So, excuse me, y'all. Now that we understand the question, let's get into the fun part, the actual code. The code is not that difficult. It's not that lengthy either. We'll get through it pretty easily, hopefully. So let's get through it. Let's get to it like it's nothing to it, y'all. First thing we're going to do, we're going to declare a constant. We're going to call that set, and then we're going to set that equal to a set parentheses nums. Now we're going to create a set because, as you can see in example 2, there are 2 zeros, but we only want to count 1 0, and what the set is going to do is just gather all of the unique elements for us. It's not going to include the duplicates. So we're just going to turn nums into a set to get rid of all the duplicates. Then we're going to come down here, declare a variable, call this longest streak, and this is going to keep track of the longest consecutive streak that we can find, or the longest consecutive sequence. Then we're going to say for num in set, which we just created, we're going to say if exclamation point set dot contains, open up the parentheses, num minus 1. What we are going to do is we are going to say declare a variable called current num, set that equal to num. Then we're going to come down here, declare another variable called current streak. We're going to set that equal to 1 because if there's just one, we're going to start from 1 and we'll increment from there. There's automatically going to be one number in the streak, whatever that number may be. Then we're going to come down here, we're going to say while set dot-contains, open up the parentheses, current num plus 1, come outside of that, open up the brackets, we're going to say, we're going to increment current num plus equals 1. Come down here, we're going to say current streak, increment that as well, say plus equals 1. Then we're going to come outside of that while loop, still in the if statement, and we are going to say longest streak equals max, open up the parentheses, longest streak, comma, current streak. So whichever streak is longer is the streak that we are going to return, whichever one has the maximum value, longest streak or current streak, that's the one we're going to return. Then we're going to come down here and return it by saying return longest streak, because remember we just turned longest streak into whichever is the longest streak or current streak. So if current streak is the longest, it'll still be set the longest streak, and that's why we're going to return longest streak like that. So let's run it. See how it runs, see what happens. Ooh, we got an error, cannot find current streak. Oh, sorry y'all, that says current stake. Or I guess that's how I don't know, but let's run it again. Let's see, and there it is, y'all. Look at that, 0 milliseconds. So let's submit it again. Let's see. Okay, and look at that, y'all. 28 milliseconds beats 63.91% of users with Swift, y'all. That's not too bad at all. If you're new to this channel, we're not worried too much about the time complexity right now because we just want to make sure we understand the question and understand how to come up with a solution. When we get better at LeetCode as we go further down our journey, then we'll start to worry about the time and how we could be the most efficient. But right now, we just want to get the solution and find a solution that works, that we can all understand, so that we can apply that knowledge further down our LeetCode journey, y'all. So I hope y'all learned something today, and I hope to see y'all tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. See y'all then.